Tak ada Anyone want to ask about assignment?
I'm sorry, doctor. The connection is not really great. Can you
What is it? Can you hear my voice? Can you all hear my voice?
Yes,
putus-putus?
yes, yes, madam.
Alright, okay. Alright. Hanafi nak tanya apa tadi? You want to ask what?
No, I didn't want to ask anything. Just want to tell you that your voice kind of.
Oh, okay. Maybe my mic is actually
yeah.
at the bottom.
Yeah,
Okay,
not
so
really.
alright. So hopefully you guys okay lah with the assignment. If you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, so basically the last class should be next week lah, on 8. But if you want to have a face-to-face consultation, you can actually PM me and make appointment lah. So we are going to do a consultation on class basis lah in the class time. If you want lah, all right. If you want to ask about your future, what you call it, research or whatever, you can do consultation with me as well. Okay. All right. So let's go through one by one your assignment. I'm just going to go through a little bit the update of your assignment. Okay. Okay, this one. So 5 slide PowerPoint done. Okay, chapter presentation, there is some issues. Zima done, resolved. I think Coro have problem. I think I cannot open your video. Okay. I'm not sure what happened, but I think you put your video in the OneDrive. Is Coro here?
Yes, madam.
So I still cannot open your video. So how? The video, the chapter the slide is okay. The video, or you need to put your video. It's actually open like this. So you need to put your video in MP4 format. It's an MP4 format. Okay. Put it inside the Google Drive, and then share the link. Share the link with me. Okay. So in the WhatsApp group, actually I start to put uploading in the YouTube. So it will be one by one lah. It's not going to if I put the star here, meaning this one already in the YouTube lah. Okay, I think there's another one. I think FIFA. FIFA. Okay, FIFA. Are you here, FIFA? Oh, okay. So FIFA is actually FIFA ada tak ke sini? Okay, FIFA. Yeah, FIFA just come in. Alright, FIFA. Okay. FIFA, are you here? Can you speak to me? Tak ada. FIFA?
Yes.
Okay, alright, FIFA. So you give me a link to Canva, to Canva. Canva is not an MP4,
Oh.
It's not MP4. So but it's okay if you don't want to put your if you don't want me to put your video inside YouTube, it's okay lah. But basically I will put in YouTube so that you will be famous. Okay. Alright.
So I will change the format into MP4 and then I will send you the link again.
Okay, can. Alright. Okay, so the rest is okay lah. Okay. Alright, that is chapter presentation. Copywriting report. Copywriting. Okay. So I received around, I think there are some, this is redundant. 1, 2, 3. Around 3 people. So 20 minus 3, 17. Anyone didn't submit yet their copywriting? Ada tak? Macam dah semua dah ada ni. Okay, so you just submit lah, even though it's quite late, just submit. Okay, so make sure you meet the deadline lah, or not, it will not come out lah. Alright. Okay. Online quiz yesterday hari ni kan ke semalam? Online quiz yesterday close. Yesterday close, saya pun tak perasan. Okay. Anyone have problem with quiz? Ada tak problem? Or you forget about this quiz? Ada tak? Just tengok sini berapa orang dah. 17. So we have 19. There's another one person. Not 19, saya ada seorang yang ingat seorang tu tak sepatutnya berada dalam kelas ni. Okay, alright. Alamak. Sekejap Okay. Okay, so if you have any issue with regards to your assignment, you can PM me lah. Alright. Okay, online quiz done. Case study report will be 15 June. So basically, this is actually in the final assessment punya period lah sebenarnya. Okay, case study presentation video also in 15 June. Okay, this video also will be in the YouTube. Okay, why I put in the YouTube? Basically, you know that this class have around 3 hours or something. Okay, so your presentation is actually should be after the class lah, after around 8 to 9 something, because I'm quite annoyed with all this internet problem and all. Even myself have problem with internet. Sometimes you guys also have problems, so it's all in the recording session lah. Okay, all right. Okay, so we that is the deadline for the case study. So basically, this is the only assignments lah you did. So inshallah, the camp will be released on end of this June. Okay, inside your camp portal. I will not put your camp inside the iTalim. Okay. Any questions so far with regards to assignment? Ada tak? Any question?
Madam, untuk presentation video tu, is it like we need to make a slide and record ourselves, or we make it Google Meet, we record our session with groups?
Okay. It doesn't matter how you want to do. Some group they do it in the Gmeet. I'm not sure if your Gmeet have recording button. Maybe some of you have lah, because some of you have the your employer actually subscribe with Gmeet, or sometimes maybe Microsoft. We call it, I don't remember what's Microsoft. Maybe Webex or maybe Zoom. It doesn't matter lah. As long as it's been recorded. Okay, some group they ask all the group members to come in within the Gmeet, and then they present to take turn lah. But I'm also accepting if the group have only one representative. Okay, and also just recording through voice. Same thing that you present, like what we call it, the chapter presentation. But make sure that your case study been done by all lah, meaning that all members are doing their own job lah, meaning some people do this, some people do that, and some one member actually do presentation. So it's up to you lah. I don't really have any restriction, but if you want to make it lively, you can actually do it in a Gmeet session lah. Okay, Gmeet session, or maybe using Webex. That one depends on you lah, how your group wants to record. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I would really appreciate lah if you can do it in a Gmail session. That will be nice lah, kan? No. Right. Okay. And then we open to the world. Your audience is not me, eh? Your audience will be me lah. Your audience will be me and the world. Okay, if you receive any comment, you can see lah. Okay, so basically in my YouTube channel, I hold all the comments, and some comments very negative, I will just delete. I will just put positive comment only, so you don't have to worry. Okay, which is good lah. Again, I receive several negative comment, but I don't really like that because this is education, kan? Who cares about them macam itu? Alright. Apa yang WhatsApp saya ni? Okay, alright. Any other question with regards to assignment? Tak ada, eh? Alright. So today's session is if you want to ask me face to face, you can wait after the class over. So today's session is about how to publish. But this one is not part of your assignment lah. But I want to share my experience as a editor of the journal. I'm the editor of IJMA. Do you know IJMA? IJMA is IUM journal. I'm the editor of IJMA. This one, This one is under index of ISI. This is a good index lah. Okay, citation index. And this one is just a normal one lah. Citation index. So I'm the editor for this journal. At the same time, I've become a lot of reviewers for many journals, not just one journal lah. Okay. All right. Number one thing is why journal publication is important. Why journal publication? Why do you care about journal publication? I know that you guys are master student. You don't have any requirement to publish, but some students are really eager to make publication. Why do you think journal publication is important? Anyone wants to share something? Ada tak? Why do you think journal publication is important? Why not just focus on thesis only? Why do I need to publish and all? Inshallah next semester. Anyone wants to join my service marketing next semester? I'm teaching service marketing next semester. Inshallah I will teach the assignment will be up to publication. Okay.
Ma'am, I want to join your class.
Oh, okay, alright. Okay. Yeah, you can. Okay. I think you already joined with me Samana a lot before. Okay. Okay, so why journal publication? Number one is if you want to further your study in PhD, Okay. Further study in PhD. Okay, further in PhD, to apply for scholarship, and also to apply for a very big university, especially for top 50 university, world university, for example like Oxford, something like that. Okay, Cambridge. Okay, publication is one of the KPI, the key performance indicator. If you have a lots of publication, more your your resume will be very rigid lah. Okay, very good. Okay, number two is if you want to apply as a researcher job. Okay, it doesn't matter researcher job coming from industry. Industry company also have researcher job, and also academician lah. You can become a researcher. You don't have to become a lecturer. You can become a researcher only in academic institution as well. Okay, not necessarily. What you call? Not necessarily to become lecturer. Okay. Number 3 is, of course, you want to become a lecturer. If you really want to become a lecturer, publication is very important. Why publication? It means that publication is actually been reviewed by experts, meaning that your paper will be reviewed by experts. So meaning that your work is actually been validated lah by the experts. Okay, that's why journal publication is important. Another one is to strengthen your portfolio lah. Okay, strengthen your portfolio to actually apply for for what you call, for a better position lah, in job. Okay, profile or resume, say. That's why the general publication is quite important lah. Okay, even master student also, they don't have any requirement in publication, but they actually really love to write because they have something they can write lah. Okay, for example, like you are doing your assignment, then you want to publish. Each assignment that you did in each class can actually do publication. Okay. Any question on this before we go? Right.
Doctor,
Yes.
does University of Malaya also required journal publication for us to apply
Yes.
for PhD?
Okay, University Malaya, yes, required publication. Okay, there are some university that is very prestige, like University of Malaya. Okay, and also in Malaysia we have research university as well. For example, like UKM, UPM. If you have publication, that will strengthen your application lah, especially if it comes with scholarship. Okay, my time before I got scholarship from RIUM, but they don't require any publication. Okay, but now they required
But
publication.
is it still possible if we don't have publication, but we still want to apply for PhD? Is it possible?
Yes, it's possible. If let's say if it's your own money, it's possible lah.
Okay.
But it's your own money, especially in I'm talking about University of Malaysia lah. But if you want to apply for Oxford or Cambridge, the top 10 university, world university. Let me see, world university. Okay, world university. Even with your own money, they are not simply accept you. So this is the top 10. Okay. They're not simply accept you, even though it's your own money. Mana tahu tadi ranking ni. QS World University Ranking. Massachusetts, Stanford, Harvard. This is a very big one lah if you want to apply mana ni. So it's not easy lah to get into this because they are actually publication equals to the performance of the university itself lah. If let's say you have a very good publication, then you also will heighten up the university performance as well. Okay, image at the same time. Okay.
Understand.
All right.
Doctor,
So
how
yes.
many the publication they want to see? How minimal, how maximum?
That's a good question. Okay, how many? It depends on your competition, your competitor. For example, if you if you apply for Oxford, for example, I'm not going for Oxford because it's very high. If you apply for Oxford, for example, they have 10 candidates. Okay, candidates. They would take the highest one, the highest publication among all these 10 candidates. Some candidate have around 20, 10. I would suggest if you want to straighten up your portfolio or profile to be a researcher or a lecturer, I think around 5. That's the minimum one lah. But basically, like throughout my experience, the one that get the job, okay, because I'm also already in the Department of Business Admin, so when there are like when the department wants to have a new lecturer, so I will go through all the resume. Basically, they have around 10 publication. 10, 10. So 5 is good enough lah, but 10 is quite okay lah. Okay, as even in Malaysia also we have top 10 university, especially this top 10. I think the one that really tricky to get is a private university. What's the Taylor's? Taylor's have a very high expectation if you want to apply a lecturer job there. Okay, University Mara also, people love to come in, people love to apply because they have the pension scheme. That's why people love to apply in UiTM. And UM because of the prestige, and then the top 100, I think. Not top 100, top something in the world. USM, okay. It depends on the university itself. If let's say the university really wants to look at your publication, yeah, that's what they are looking at now, because PhD graduate is a lot nowadays, a lot, and they compete with each other through publication, So that's how they compete right now for a lecturer job. My time not much. During my time, the PhD graduate is not much lah. Okay, at that time around 2014, 15, I couldn't remember, but it's not much of PhD graduate, so I don't really have to do the publication. Okay, stiff competition right now. Okay, all right. Any question on that? Okay, that's how lah, you see. And I also tried to apply, like last year I tried to apply for postdoctoral. It's actually after PhD at the University of Australia. I don't remember what's the name of the university. Australian University lah, but I couldn't get it because my publication is very low. In IUM, my contribution is actually a lot more on the administration part lah. It's not really publication. Okay. So in publication, you can choose journals from different quality of journal lah. Okay, different in journal we have several quality of journal. Okay, this one you might think about, what is index? Why it's called index? What is an index actually? Okay, number one is the high index, or we call high quality index journal. People call basically Q1, Q2. This is the position of the journal, Q1, Q2 high index. This one is just my own way of giving this quality of journal. Good index around, this one is Corpus and ISI. If you find that the journal have good index, Corpus and ISI, is also a very good quality journal. Number 3 is index. Without the Q1, Q2 or Scopus and ISI. Basically Q1, Q2 have Scopus and ISI index lah. Okay, index means Google index, Google My Journal index, other index, etc. Except for Q1, Q2 and Scopus SI. Number 5, non-index. Okay, non-index means there is no index. It's a there's no index. Okay, so I can call it as a low quality journal lah. Okay, quality journal, non-index. And number 5 is called proceeding. This is something that when you want to publish something, they will say, oh, you want to publish in what index? Q1, Q2, Corpus, SI, which journal? That journal have index? Something like that. And so, okay, what is the meaning of index? Index is index equals to quality. Okay, quality. Index mean when a journal publish their articles, when they publish their articles from writers like you guys, when one article been published, okay, when one article been published, people cite it, okay, other people cite the article, okay, people cite it, okay. So more people cite the article, is the quality of the journal getting better. So the frequency of people citing the article is is going to make the journal on what index, get their index or something. Okay, let's go and see what is the meaning of that. Okay, Google Scholar. For example, consumer behavior, customer relationship management. Okay, so you can see here, it's called cited by 2,482. So meaning that this book had been cited by many people lah. Okay, this one cited by 636. So it will make this journal getting better lah, and then they get their good index Q1, Q2, or maybe Scopus SSI. Meaning that if you can publish within these two journals, these two type of journal, meaning that your article is good. I'm not saying that number 3 and the others is not good. Meaning, what's the meaning of good? Some journals they take up to results. Result, meaning that your journal, your articles have until up to result. You have research methodology, you are doing your data collection, data analysis, you get result. So basically, high index Q1, Q2, and also good index Scopus and SI will take it lah. So if let's say you are doing an article that is just a literature review only, up to literature review, or maybe a conceptual, or only up to your conceptual framework, or people call it as a conceptual paper, basically non-indexed and indexed will take it. But I'm not saying that the high index did not take it. If you are doing a literature review, but you can get into Q1 and Q2, meaning that your writing is very, very good. Okay. Proceeding is actually a conference. They don't have any journal. They cite it as a proceeding. Proceeding is actually happen in conference. You present your article in the conference, then you get a proceeding from the conference. Okay, non-index meaning there is no index. So let's go and see what is this. How to actually see whether that this journal have index or not. Okay, so basically my journal have index. Cannot give any example on the non-index. Okay. So when it comes to non-index, you must be very careful. If let's say there is a call as a predatory journal. This one is, I can say it's a scammer. They are scammers. Okay, so you must be very careful when it comes to the non-index journal. Sometimes they are scammers, because they scam people. They take your money and then they fly away. Okay, so you can see in my journal here. Indexed by my journal, only indexed by my journal, only one index only. So I can consider this journal is under index number 3, right? Like IJMA. Okay, this one, I'm actually the editor for this. Okay, this one is Web of Science. Web of Science is actually ISI. The name is different. So it's actually number 2. It's a good index. All right. Any question on this one? You guys need to know lah kan. Jaga kan mas. Sejenda mana-mana tu. Alright. No Okay. Ada tak? Is there any question with regards to journal quality? So when you want to publish your article, make sure that you find good journals lah. Okay. For me, without result, you can target this one lah. Without result. kind of article, meaning that you have no data-analysis and whatsoever. But if you have result, try to focus or try to target this one lah, because your assignment have result. Try to focus this one. Find journal that has corpus or Web of Science or SI. Or you can actually target this one lah, Index, Google. This one is good enough lah, number 3. Alright. Any question on that?
Madam, is there any regulation to post the journal in Google Scholar?
Okay, Google Scholar is a platform to gather all the journals in many gather all the articles in many journals. You cannot just simply submit to Google Scholar. No, it's a collection of journals from a collection of articles all around the world. Okay, this is like a Google for journals, for articles. Okay, so for example, if you type my name here, okay, type my name. All right. This one is my paper. Okay, I actually published in Journal of Nusantara Studies. This is a UNISA journals. It's been cited by Scopus. It's a Scopus. Let me see. About the journal. Cleverly. School. Dia ada satu hari. Okay. And then the journal managed to get Google Scholar lah. Okay. The index is actually not you lah. The journal will get the index. Okay. This one under Scopus actually. This one under EBSCO. Copernicus, because Scopus have other different name, but I couldn't remember what's this. Okay, so it's actually good in as you can see there are so many index in this journal. So okay, that's why it's actually come out in the Google Scholar. So whatever journals that you put in, whatever journals that you publish, if it's a good journal, your Google Scholar will manage to get your link lah from the journal. This one also ni daripada student saya lah ni. This is from my student. They put my name in their publication. Okay. Alright. And then you can create your profile lah in Google Scholar as well. You can create a profile. If you have publication, you can create your profile. As you can see here, this is my profile in Google Scholar. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3. This one is only on literature review, but I managed to get into the Scopus. Okay, so cited, meaning that there are 12 people already cite my publication in their paper. As you can see, this is the people that actually cite me in their article. Okay, and then this is your performance meaning that how many citation in your article being cited by other people. The more the good lah, I mean like the better lah. They call it H index. Okay, this one is my thesis. Right. I have others actually, but I didn't actually update. Okay. So in your resume, you can just share this link and then you put in your resume. People will see it in the Google Scholar. This is actually much more promising compared to call it the resume ni lah, and tulis resume saja. Alright. Okay, any question so far? Ada tinggi tak tanya? Okay, and this one you understand Okay. Some conference they have journal publication, some conference doesn't have. Some conference doesn't even have proceeding. So you must be very careful when you choose conference. So basically, if let's say the conference have Scopus or ISI index in journal, they will charge you around 800 to 1,000 in ringgit lah. So that's normal. It's normal. But if let's say the conference charge you only like 100, maybe they actually give you only proceeding only lah, because if they want to publish also they need money. Some journal they charge, some journals does not charge. Okay, it doesn't matter whether they're Q1 or Scopus or SI. Some journals some journals they charge, some journals does not charge lah. Okay, and you need to be very careful on that. Alright. The Journal of Nusantara. Mana tadi tu? Okay, Journal of Nusantara, this one. I pay around 300, but they have Scopus, which is good lah. Okay lah, 300 is quite cheap lah kan. Alright. Okay, if you want to do a publication, okay, so let's go to your assignment. Okay, how to change your assignment into publication. This one doesn't involve anything about assignment, but it's for you lah. Okay, maybe you have a good article later on. Okay, so you want to change it into a good article and then you want to publish. So don't waste lah. I mean, you already done the write-up and whatever kan. Mana tadi? Okay. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to find literature review for this one. If you want to publish, you need to find literature review. This one basically after the big question. Okay, literature review. Oh no. After ni. This contribution. LR. Okay. So how to do LR? So within the publication writing, it's best for you to get 5 years articles, latest 5 years articles. Meaning like this, for example, you are doing, mana sekejap. Saya kena buka satu ni. Need to open one. Alright, okay. Need to open your seniors. 5370 group case. Okay, I'll give you an example lah. Okay, so this one is customer satisfaction on Tesco. Okay, ambil lain sikit lah, ni macam agak quantitative. Alright, consumer buying behavior on P&G shampoo. Okay, alright, this one is about consumer buying behavior on health beauty product or something. Okay. Alright, so we go to Google Scholar. Mana Google Scholar? Kita buka mana ni? Tutup dah. Okay. Alright. Alright, so buying behavior. Consumers. Okay, so this is a very important one. Okay, you need to sort custom range kat sini. Itu custom range kat sini, right? To click on this one, and then for example 5 years later, 2021 $5 2019 lah, 2019 betul lah. Saya ni teruk sangat kan minta matematik 2016 Okay, 2016 up to 2021. Okay, so you take only, I would suggest you take only this type of articles lah. So around 2016 and 2021. Okay, but you can take just 5 years. You can take articles when it comes to concept or definition. You can take that one more than 5 years lah. More than 5 years, okay. So if you ask me, if you want to get a very easy acceptance from the journals, make sure that you have at least 80% of the articles that you use inside your journal or your article is around latest 5 years articles, okay. And then the other 20% you can use lah. Okay, so around, you can say around like, basically judgment publication is around 10 pages. Okay, in LR, you can try to focus on 20 articles. 20 articles for LR. Focus on 20 articles, that is very helping lah, especially those, let's say you have framework, articles on the framework. So this is how how editor set lah, set their publication, the article, latest 5 years article. Right? Any question on this? All right. So how to do your LR? Okay. Have you ever heard about literature metrics? Dengar tak? Any one of you heard about it? Ada kan? Alright. Okay, you can use this one. Okay. You can make it in Excel. It doesn't matter lah. Okay. So this is metrics for literature review. The mana the metrics? Okay. Something like this lah, to help you lah. Okay. Title of the article, author, put it here. Okay, research objective, contribution, finding, method, kind of management. You can put it something else, like if you want to put, for example, like conflict or problem or issue, depends on you. Okay, and then you put it inside here for about like 20 articles lah, and then you make LR based on metrics table. It's actually much more manageable lah. It's a management of your literature review. Okay. Okay, and the research method. Okay, so basically that's how simple it is. And then data analysis, summary of your research finding. This one no need. Good job. If let's say this one for publication, references, appendix no need. Okay, so basically this is the journal article format lah. Okay, consumer profile. Okay, so introduction, if you want introduction, company's product, which market, problem statement, interview question, research contribution, and another one is conclusion. Okay, so basically introduction is this one. Okay, the inclusion of this one, introduction of the journal paper. Open this one. Let's see, dia orang punya write up. Okay. So basically you have introduction. So you include lah some literature, little bit here and there, but you include the consumer profile, what kind of company that you did, and all. Okay. So the LR, some writers they put literature review. Some writers they don't put literature review. They just put the title of the literature review, meaning consumer buying behavior straight. This is actually literature review lah. Okay, this is actually literature review as well. Okay. Alright, next. This is all literature review. Conclusion. This is article review type of article. Determinants. Nampak? Dia tak bukan ni lah. Bukan PDF. So it depends. Okay, the format depends on the journal. So you need to go inside a journal and you can see lah the format, how the format. Some journal have this kind of format. So it depends on what kind of format, and you just need to follow lah the format. Okay. As you can see, this article have review of literatures. So the methodology, okay, for qualitative, no need for consensual. Okay, for if you want to publish this assignment, no need for conceptual model. Okay, conceptual model basically, if you want to publish quantitative paper lah. Okay, the data, okay, sample size, data collection, data analysis, result, discussion. Okay. All right. And then lastly is conclusion. Conclusion lah, this one. Okay. And then reference. Okay. So that's how simple it is lah. But the way you write must be very precise and try to put yourself in the reader's shoes. Okay, don't try to simplify your words so that when any readers from any background can actually understand what you are writing lah. That's how we call article can be accepted. All right. Another one that you must focus on when you want to publish a publication, it must be, the plagiarism must not be more than 24%. 24%, meaning that the percentage must not be more than 24% lah. But it depends on the what you call, on the journal. If let's say the journal have Q1 or Q2 or maybe Scopus Index or maybe ISI, sometimes they can get up to 15%, not more than 15%. But basically average journals that I submit is around 24%. It's around 24% lah. Even IJMA is actually 24%. But I think like Q1, Q2 in Emerald, basically this Q1, Q2, how to find them is actually Emerald Insight. Okay, these journals inside the Emerald is actually very good. Some of them from Taylor and Francis. Okay, so let's say you can find journals in here. Okay. So how to what kind of software to use for plagiarism? You can use Turnitin. Okay, Turnitin is the most used by many editors. For IJMA, I use Turnitin. Okay, as an editor. All right. You can use also Grammarly, but Grammarly is not really precise lah. But you can see. Okay, for example, I have a Grammarly. Grammarly can you can actually use plagiarism. Okay, this one here, you can see, only on premium account. But some people they buy from Shopee. I don't know lah how they do it. Okay, if I click this one, later on they will give some sort of percentage lah on plagiarism. Number skip. Okay, so this one say I have 4% plagiarism. Okay, so you all can get access for Turnitin. So how to get access for Turnitin? You must have your supervisor first. You must have a supervisor. A supervisor, they have their Turnitin and they can open a class within their Turnitin for you. Okay, and then you can submit your publication in there to test the Turnitin or plagiarism. I
have a question. Normally sometimes when we do the LR, right? So normally we will cite the author's wording. Is that considered plagiarism? Because we need, if we do LR, we need to reword the author's what is the best approach actually when if you do LR?
Okay, so that one is actually, number one is if you cite someone, for example, I give you example. Okay. All right. Okay, for example, this one. I cite this one. Okay. I said this one. What is the author of this? Pradhan 2016. Okay. Pradhan 2016. Okay. Right. So I cite this one from Pradhan. Okay. So what you need to do, you need to paraphrase. Okay. You need to paraphrase. So how to paraphrase? I give you a tips. You go to Quillbot. This is a paraphrasing tool lah. Actually, everything is so senang kan? Very easy nowadays. I don't have this when I do my PhD. Now you all have. It's very easy to publish article actually. Salah kat sini sepatutnya. Alright, this one Section 1. Apa benda saya copy benda PHP. Alright, paraphrase. Okay. Alright, so when you paraphrase, okay, so make sure that the paraphrase sentences are not out of meaning that the meaning is different. So make sure the meaning is the same. You just paraphrase it. Okay, you can paraphrase many times. Okay, and they will give you different words. Okay, so actually paraphrase is not a big deal. It's not a very big deal. Okay, but when it comes to for example, if you cite wording, for example, Albert Einstein quotes. Einstein quote. Right. Okay. All right. For example, you find this kind of quotes from any journal, maybe books. So and then you want to cite. Okay. So how to cite? You do not have to paraphrase, but you need to put symbol of the quotes. Okay. Something like this. Okay. Albert Einstein. So this one you don't have to paraphrase. Okay, so when you run the Turnitin can exclude anything that have quote in it. They can exclude from calculate the quotation sentences lah. So this is actually applicable for quotation only lah, meaning someone says something. Okay, for example, like hadith, Quranic phrases, you cannot paraphrase that for sure. So you just use a quotation. But if you want to cite within the sentences, it's not a quote or someone's words directly, you can actually paraphrase lah. I use a lot of tools. There are many other tools, but I love to use Quillbot actually. Okay. All right.
Any other? Very clear now.
Very clear.
Thank you.
Senang je kan. You don't have to think very very hard lah paraphrase service. That one is the most simplest problem actually. Unless you copy paste 100% from other people thesis ke kan. Basically if I see plagiarism around 80%, 60%, maybe the author actually take half of the whole journal or the whole article, or maybe even sometimes 80%, 90%, meaning almost 100% they take from something else. Okay, but if let's say you get 40% or maybe 30%, basically it's just maybe you don't paraphrase lah, from different sources je. Itu saja. Okay. So don't be afraid on LR. Just go for it lah, paraphrase. Okay. Okay, I want to again. Okay, this is actually instructor Turnitin. Okay, every supervisor have this. Okay, you need to get a supervisor, then supervisor can open for you. Okay, so this one Izian done. Izian already graduated under me. Okay, for example, this one Izian, okay. This is her submission. As a student, you can submit inside your own class, which will be open. So this one, Izian have 90% similarity. So you can see the Turnitin reports. It will come out like this one lah. Okay. So meaning that if you submit to to the journal, and then the editor actually find out that your plagiarism is quite high, they will give this report back to you, and then you need to paraphrase only the sentences that have similarity with the other publication. Last kali mana tadi? So you just need to focus on the sentence that have included some sort of like plagiarism lah here and there. No need to paraphrase everything. Editor will give you this report for you to paraphrase. But it's actually nicer if you can do it before you publish, especially for a very good journal. Sometimes the editor is very stingy. They see 80%, they kick out terus, decline terus. Ada juga macam tu. They just suddenly decline. Okay. So to make sure that you are prepared, make sure you run the turning in first, and then once you get a good percentage, then you send the submission. All right. Something like this. Okay. Any questions so far?
Madam, I have one question.
Yes.
Madam, during your time, so you have to do it manually. So how did you do it to know how much there is plagiarism in your paper?
Okay. Let me give you the full report. Okay. Where is it? This is my supervisor lah. I give them. Basically, sometimes my supervisor also don't know how to use the thing, so I need to do it for them. Let me open my site. Kalau site dia tahu lah kan. Alright. This one is where's the okay, this one. Right. So basically, if let's say your supervisor can do it for you lah, but you can also submit yourself and see yourself lah whether how many. The last report should be like this. This one. This is the sources that is actually quite the same with the other sources lah. Okay, atas sikit. Alright. Okay, this one. Minimum ni. Saya get the minimum 24%. That's it. That's the line. The minimum line. Okay, so you can see lah how many internet sources, around 20%. Similarity, publications, the papers. Okay, you don't have to go very down lah, very low. As long as you hit the 24%, then you submit je lah. Don't make yourself headache. Alright. Am I answering your question?
No, madam. I am asking you. So when there was no internet, so that time how could they know how many percentage of plagiarism in their paper?
Okay, that's a good question. I don't know actually. But my lecturer before, I asked him how do you do your LR with all this? There's no internet whatsoever. So what they do, they go to library. In their library, they have a lot of books, journals books. So they just use a very limited resources only lah within their library. They can go up to several libraries as well at the other university. Okay, so I'm not really sure how they test the turning in or plagiarism. Maybe they don't, because they don't have that kind of this kind of software whatever. But because of, I think the plagiarism start to actually come out is because there is internet, so you can find many sources from internet. So it's actually much more easy to get lah whether you do plagiarism or not. And maybe before it's quite easy to pass your PhD. And kita tak tahu. Alright. Okay. Any other question? We done lah with this,
No, madam. Thank you very much, madam.
Okay.
If we are already grateful master, but we want to make more publication before we entering PhD, can we do that?
Yes, you can.
Really?
Okay. All right. So one thing that I can see that when it comes to if you are doing quantitative, there is a pro and cons lah. Quantitative is actually easy to be accepted. Be accepted meaning because they have numbers. They have numbers. They have numbers in results. Okay, so when they have numbers in results, so it's actually very easy to be accepted in many journals. But one cons, meaning the downward thing is quantitative basically can be published around like 2 to 3 only, 2 to 3 publication. Just change the title here and there. It's very hard to change the result. I mean, like you have only one result or whatsoever. But when it comes to qualitative, you can actually publish many papers. You can actually come up with many publication. For example, you have 5 RQ. Each RQ can come with one publication because each RQ can have their own findings. So that's the pro lah, the pro things about qualitative. But the cons is actually it's hard to be accepted. It's not hard lah, it's just a little bit harder compared to quantitative, but still can be approved, can be accepted if your writing is very good lah for qualitative. So you can actually publish up to 5 papers. Okay, so do your best not to publish. Even I graduated from my PhD also only one paper, and then I go into lecturing, so I'm so busy I don't have time. The best time is after you graduated master before you go into any lecturing job. That's the best time to publish everything lah kan. All right. Any other question?
Okay, okay. Okay, so if assignment like copywriting, so we can convert to the published paper.
Okay, copywriting. What is it? How to publish? If you're creative enough, you can actually. How to convert? One thing is, I think the inclusion of the academician part tu must lah, meaning the LR must be there. So how you want to convert it, I think it's up to you lah. Okay. So basically, copywriting can be done. Basically, if you want to publish it, I think if you want to hit the newspaper can as well. Newspaper also good to publish. Some people, they don't really focus on journal publication. They focus on publication other things. For example, like Wikipedia. Okay, Wikipedia also you can do a publication. This one is just an article lah. Wikipedia. Wikipedia is not truly a reliable sources, but it actually very popular lah. Okay, some universities, some poor universities at other country, they do not have any subscription to any journals. They use a lot of Wikipedia, even though it's not really reliable. Yeah, right now you can use Google Scholar. Actually, some people just open their paper like this one. All right. Any other question? Okay. So good luck with your publication. With your, I do know, and I do understand that my class is not really much lah. Okay. But because I think maybe other class also very hectic already. So I sometimes I feel like my students need to have a little bit of break lah. So maybe my class give you some breaks, okay? But inshallah, what I did give you is actually assignments. I'm actually my mode of teaching is actually more on teaching on assignments because the assignment can actually help you for your future, right? All right. So I think that's all from me. Okay, so it's not late to say Happy Raya 8th day. Okay, Happy Aidilfitri, and also stay safe. Do your best to lock down yourself. Okay. Okay. All right. So I think that's all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam, madam. Thank you so much,
Waalaikumsalam
madam.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you,
Assalamualaikum.
Okay.
See you
madam.
again,
Thank
inshallah.
you, madam.
Okay.